Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into a topic that's on everyone's lips, whether you're scrolling through social media, chatting with friends, or just reflecting on your own well-being. Can an app really replace my therapist? It's a question that's everywhere these days, and it's not just a passing trend. It's a genuine curiosity that's shaping the way we think about mental health support. We manage so much of our lives through apps, ordering food, booking rides, even finding love. So why not our mental health? The convenience is undeniable, and the promise of help at your fingertips is incredibly appealing. But can algorithms and chat boxes really stand in for the deep, nuanced connection you feel in a therapy room? Is it possible for a digital platform to truly understand your struggles, your hopes, and your fears? As both a therapist and a client, I've seen firsthand the power of human connection. There's something irreplaceable about being truly seen and heard by another person. But I also know the barriers that keep people from getting help: cost, time, stigma, and the challenge of finding the right fit. For many, these obstacles can feel overwhelming. That's why the idea of a shortcut, a way to get support quickly and privately, is so tempting. So I decided to put one of the most popular mental health apps to the test, to see what it really offers. I wanted to experience firsthand what it's like to pour your heart out to a chatbot or a text-based therapist. Would it feel comforting, or would it fall flat? Could it offer real insight or just generic advice? This isn't just a tech review. It's a personal journey into what it means to seek help in the digital age. I'll be sharing my honest thoughts, the surprises I encountered, and the moments that made me pause and reflect. So let's dive in together and see what we can uncover about the future of mental wellness, and whether technology can truly bridge the gap between us and the support we need. Why are therapy apps suddenly everywhere? Traditional therapy is expensive and often hard to access. Apps offer affordable subscriptions, sometimes less than a single in-person session. Convenience is huge. No waiting lists, no commutes, just instant access from your phone. For people in rural areas or with mobility issues, this is a game changer. Stigma is another factor. Using an app is private and discreet. It's easier to take that first step when no one's watching. We already use apps for everything else, so reaching for one when we're struggling feels natural. The apps speak our language, instant, user-friendly, and always available. They make therapy feel less intimidating and more like a simple download. That's why so many are giving digital therapy a try. Open a mental health app, and you're greeted with soothing colors and big promises. These apps offer guided meditations, journaling prompts, and CBT exercises, tools for managing your mind on your own schedule. Getting started is easy. Answer a few questions, and the app claims to personalize your experience. Many connect you to a licensed therapist via text, audio, or video. The idea of messaging a professional anytime is powerful. Support feels just a tap away. You control when and how you engage, and can switch therapists if needed. This sense of agency is appealing, especially if life feels out of control. The app promises to be a non-judgmental, always available resource. It's about empowerment and immediacy, therapy on your terms. But does it deliver on that promise? My first week with the app felt like a futuristic blind date, equal parts curiosity and uncertainty. I remember sitting on my couch, phone in hand, wondering if this digital space could really hold the weight of my thoughts. It was a leap into the unknown, but also a quiet hope that maybe, just maybe, this could help. After a quick sign-up, I was matched with a therapist. Let's call her Sarah. The process was surprisingly smooth, almost like being paired with a pen pal, but with the promise of real support. I felt a mix of relief and nervousness as her profile popped up. Her first message was warm, if a bit templated, and she asked what was on my mind. There was a gentle professionalism in her words, a sense that she'd done this before, but also a genuine invitation to open up. I took a deep breath and shared some real stress, things I hadn't said out loud in weeks. Hitting send felt oddly vulnerable, like dropping a letter into a mailbox and hoping for a kind reply. The asynchronous format was striking. No real-time conversation, just messages back and forth. I found myself checking my phone, waiting for her response, feeling both exposed and strangely comforted by the distance. Sarah's replies were thoughtful and included links to app resources like meditations and worksheets. She'd suggest exercises, send articles, and offer gentle encouragement, all through the screen. I'd send journal entries at night. She'd respond in the morning. Our conversations unfolded in fragments, stitched together by time zones and daily routines. It felt productive, like mental health homework. Each message was a small step forward, a way to process my thoughts and feelings in manageable pieces. The convenience was real. I could offload my thoughts anytime, whether it was midnight or a quiet afternoon. There was a freedom in knowing support was just a message away, but there was no shared silence, no body language, no immediate feedback. Sometimes I missed the subtle comfort of a nod or a reassuring smile. The digital wall was always there, a thin, invisible barrier that kept things just a little bit distant, no matter how open I tried to be. The first handshake was polite, but lacked the warmth of real presence. Still, it was a start, a cautious step into a new kind of connection, one message at a time. By week 2, the novelty faded and the app's limits became clear. Daily check-ins felt repetitive and conversations stayed surface level. When I shared deeper feelings like grief, the responses felt generic, often just a worksheet link. In person, a therapist's presence and attention would mean so much more. The app's gamification, badges and reminders, started to feel hollow. It was more like a productivity app than a therapeutic space. My motivation to share honestly dropped. Responses felt pre-packaged. I used the app less, and the back and forth became a chore. I realized therapy is about relationship, not just tools or advice. The app was a decent coach, but a poor substitute for real connection. The honeymoon was over. I was left wanting something deeper. Comparing app-based therapy to in-person sessions is like comparing a photograph to a living, breathing person. The image might capture a moment, but it can never convey the warmth, the subtle movements, or the energy of someone right in front of you. There's a depth and richness to human interaction that simply can't be replicated by pixels on a screen. In-person therapy is dynamic, full of unplanned moments, shared silences, and real emotional presence. The room itself becomes a safe space where even the quietest pauses can speak volumes. You're not just talking, you're connecting, sometimes without words at all. A skilled therapist notices your body language, your tone, the emotions you can't put into words. They pick up on the way your shoulders tense, the hesitation in your voice, or the tears you try to hide. These cues help them understand what you're really feeling, even when you're not sure yourself. This nonverbal data is lost in text-based exchanges. When you're typing, your feelings are filtered through a screen, stripped of the gestures and expressions that give them meaning. The app relies on what you type, words that are often edited, reconsidered, and sometimes held back. It's easy to present a version of yourself that feels safer, but less honest. The rawness of emotion is softened, and sometimes important truths are left unsaid. It encourages reporting, not experiencing your feelings. You're asked to label your mood, select an emoji, or rate your anxiety on a scale. But real emotions are messy, complex, and don't always fit neatly into categories. Real therapy is about sitting with discomfort, not just describing it. It's about being vulnerable in the presence of another person and allowing yourself to be truly seen, even when it's hard. The therapeutic relationship itself is a powerful tool for change, something an app can't replicate. The trust, empathy, and understanding that develop over time become the foundation for healing. In therapy, you work through patterns in real time with a real person who can challenge you, support you, and celebrate your progress. The process is alive, responsive, and deeply personal. The app can give you tools, but not a relationship. It can offer advice, reminders, and exercises, but it can't offer a genuine human connection or adapt to your needs in the moment. It's the difference between reading about swimming and actually getting in the water. You can learn the theory, but you miss the experience, the challenge, and the growth that come from doing it for real. The algorithm can nudge, but it can't truly connect. It can prompt you to reflect, but it can't sit with you in your pain or share in your joy. That's the heart of what's missing. The human touch, the sense of being understood and accepted, matters more than we often realize. And in therapy, it can make all the difference. Therapy apps have clear pros. Accessibility, for those with no other options, an app is better than nothing. Affordability subscriptions are often much cheaper than traditional therapy. Convenience and privacy support is available anytime, anywhere, and stigma is reduced. The resources, worksheets, meditations, articles, can genuinely help with stress and anxiety. But the cons are real. The lack of deep relational connection is the biggest drawback. Apps are great for skill building, but struggle with deep trauma or complex issues. Privacy and therapist qualifications can be concerns, and in a crisis, waiting hours for a reply just isn't enough. So can an app replace my therapist? For me, the answer is no. Apps can't replicate the healing power of a real human relationship, but they do have value as supplements or starting points. Like a fitness app, they can help you build habits and learn skills, but they don't replace expert care. For mild stress or as support between sessions, apps can be helpful. They make mental health care more accessible and less intimidating. But for deep work or serious issues, nothing replaces a real therapist. Use apps as tools, not substitutes. Let's use technology to support, not replace, the human connection we all need. We've explored the world of therapy apps, their promises and their limits. This is just one perspective, but the conversation matters. If you found this helpful, subscribe and join our community. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you tried a mental health app? Was it helpful or did something feel missing? Your stories can help others at the same crossroads. The journey to mental wellness is easier when we share our experiences. Thanks for spending this time with me. Keep talking, keep sharing, and be kind to yourself. You're doing your best, and that's enough.